Hello everyone, thanks for turning up. Great turnout as always at our press conferences, so thanks everyone for coming. We're here today for the press conference for the Kings of the Ring, taking place at Mecca, the home of boxing in Swindon, on the 8th of December. We've got a great lineup for you, 10 fights, working in association again with Trifecta. I'm delighted to have Paddy Fitzpatrick's great stable of boxers on the bill. I'll work my way through the fighters, and we can have questions and that afterwards if you like. So to my right we've got our main event of the evening, the Ryan Martin 8 3-minute rounds, ex-amateur star, won everything as an amateur, on 10-2 as a pro now, a couple of losses for both the big title fights, WBC Youth and an IBO Continental, but we've got some big plans for Ryan, working in association with Paddy. Big show again in the Oasis in March, where hopefully we're going for some title contention. So if I could just hear it for Ryan Martin, please. Also on the bill, we've got not a local lad, but what's turned into a bit of a crowd favourite, Harry the Hunter Webb from Exeter. He's on 4-0. This time he'll be coming out in his first 6-rounder, having done 4 rounders previous to this. Paddy's got some high hopes for him, thinks he's growing really well and developing really well. We're keen to see what the future holds for young Harry. So can we hear it for Harry Webb? We've also got another out-of-towner here from Witney in Bradley Townsend, 3-0, undefeated at the moment, welterweight. Difficult to find a lot about Bradley online, so hopefully a few questions today can tell us a bit about him. He's a good talker. No pressure, so we can hear a bit more. So I'm going to hear for Bradley Townsend. Swindon's only female fighter. We have Beck Conley, straight from a fight last night in London. Always in a tough fight. There are no easy fights for female boxers these days, and looking considerably unmarked, considering she did 3 tough rounds against a really tough opposition last night. So if we can hear for Beck Conley. From Gloucester, we have Max Mudway. Now, for people who know Gloucester, everyone knows of Hakeem Ennis-Brown, also known as Riddy Rival. Now, Max trained with Riddy all the way through the amateurs. I understand he was a junior and senior Western Counties champion, Box Cup champion, won 24 out of his 27 fights, a really top amateur. Then moved away from boxing for a little while Riddy carried on, started to fight some big names. Max back to it, making his debut in Swindon. Got a big following, I understand, so we're really excited to see what we've got from Max. So if we can hear it from Max, please. Also with us today, we've got Sean Lambert from Weston-super-Mare. You'll find it difficult to find stuff about him. He had a few amateur fights, but he's got a bit of a comprehensive white-collar background, a bit of a heavy hitter, quite a few knockouts on his record, won some area titles, now looking to make some headway in the pro game. So if we can hear it for Sean Lambert. And there's a couple of fighters who are not with us today who are going to be on the bill. We've got Big Phil Williams, as everyone knows locally, fought quite a comprehensive white-collar career, winning everything there is to win as a heavyweight. Now fighting on the road as a pro and doing quite well against some of these big up-and-coming heavyweights. So he's looking to make his home debut in Swindon. We've also got Saeed Elchiev. Now everyone has heard of him in the gyms. He keeps a bit of a low profile, but he's fought in the World Championships, he's won national championships as an amateur, he's an outstanding boxer, and we're trying to sort of work with his management to sort of raise his profile, but I think you're going to see a lot of him. He's already training with some really good pros, and there's a big buzz about this guy, so we'll see on the 8th of December, which will be his second fight, because he's still making his debut on the 20th of October, to see what he's about. And then lastly, we've got Scott James, a lad from Bicester. He tends to fight a bit on the road, but making this fight as closest to home he's done so far. So if I can hear it for all the boxers, please, thank you. Now, I mentioned earlier that we're working again in partnership in association with Trifecta. We've always worked for quite a while with Paddy Fitzpatrick, who's got a great stable of boxers in Swindon. I'm just going to pass the mic over to Paddy, because he's going to mention some of the other guys.
How you doing, guys? Good afternoon. This is great. We're looking forward to getting another home show going in Christmas, in December, get the guys back out again at home. It's been a while since we've been out at home. I think it's been a year. We had a show in March planned, and the day before, obviously, the snow fell in March, and we had to actually cancel the show on the ruling of the Board of Control. So we had to go on the road and box away a few times. We're home now. People have been saying for a long time that they wish that Mark and myself would be a little bit less stubborn and work together a little bit more. So it looks like we're doing what everyone wanted us to do for a long time. I think it'll serve all of you guys and the guys in Swindon and the boxing fans in Swindon. We will produce a lot more together than we will separate. We'll put on some good shows, some big shows. We're looking forward to getting this one done and then getting out again in March. Trifecta is, of course, Duke Watkins, Sniper and Ryan. They're the heads of Trifecta, and then our main business partner, Neil. He's away on business today, so he'd asked me to say a word for him. But these guys are moving up. They put a promotional company together just over a year ago. Their very first promotion was a WBC Youth World title. Duke has gone on since then to win the Irish title, the Commonwealth title, and he's fighting for a WBA title in October. Ryan's gone on to fight for another Intercontinental title, and Sniper's in the Ultimate Boxer coming up in November. So I think what they've done has been great. It's been there to promote themselves within the town and to promote their stablemates and bring them through. The fact now that we're working with Mark and the Nielsen's, I think is fantastic for all of you guys and for all of our guys as well. Two heads is better than one, and we can just get this thing rolling the way it should be. Duke, can you come up here, please, sir? Let me borrow you just for a split second. It's about these guys and about Trifecta and about you. So this is in association with the Nielsen's, in association with us. Am I correct, sir? Are you the head of Trifecta, sir, along with this man to my left, sir?
I'm a silent partner.
Silent partner. I'll tell you what, look silently at Duke over there. October 27, Sky Sports, WBA title, Duke against Isaac Chamberlain. You can leave now if that's all you want then. I will now pass it by to Mark, and then we'll get the boxers on and you can hear what they have to say. Thank you very much, appreciate you.
Thanks, Paddy. Just to echo what Paddy said, obviously working together, Swindon's a great boxing town, has a great following, and if working together we can put on some great shows because we can capture all the local boxers in not just Swindon, the local area. So I'm really looking forward to what we can do in the future. So we're going to open the floor up now to questions from anyone. Kyle over here has a mic. If you could show a hand, we could just ask any of the boxers any of the questions that you want. So please feel free. Can I have any questions? Will, you're usually good for a question.
Oh, Ryan, can I start with you? So what direction are you looking to go in now with your career?
We're looking early next year to get a title shot. I've had two, since the loss in Leicester, I've had two good performances. I think this is going to be another good performance, thankfully, in my hometown in front of everyone I want to fight in front of. And listen, I know I like a traditional route, I like a southern area, English, British, but I just want to get a belt under me and start moving towards sort of TV shows and shows where I know I belong, really, without blowing my own trumpet. I think I belong on the big stage, and we're working towards that. I can talk all day about why I think things went wrong, but it's time for me to just shut up and prove it to you, really. So.
And it seems, looking at your record, that there's a bit more spite in your work now. You're stopping a few more. Is that something you've been looking to do? You know, really dig your toes in and set, put your full weight into the shots. Yeah,
I mean, obviously stoppages for a professional is always good. It's the entertainment business. People want to see people get knocked out. But I think the stoppages it's a weird one. It's actually going to come with me being calmer in the ring and more in the moment. And I've got a whole new team around me. I'm working with a sports psychologist, so I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I'm there on the night and I perform to the best of my ability.
Excellent, thanks very much. Just the last one. Your last fight A bit of a quick effort, wasn't it? Around. How do you reflect on that?
Great result for me, not for the 100 odd people that come to Bristol to watch me fight, but we got the result and we move forward. Simple as that.
Yeah, thanks very much. Lovely. Can I get a quick word with Max? Hi Max. You excited about your debut then?
Yeah, I can't wait, mate. It's been a long time coming, so just can't wait to get out there and show everyone what I can do, really.
Lovely. Can you talk a bit about your amateur career? Because you did quite a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, so throughout the 7 years I boxed as an amateur, I had 27 fights and won 24. I won Western Counties titles, and I got to the semi-finals of the Nationals when I was a junior. I mixed it with a load of good lads sparring in the ring. So yeah, it's just a real good point to sort of step up really and see what I can do in the pro game.
And it's got to help training with like Riddy, you know, Pittman's fight factor.
Yeah,
He's
definitely.
cracking on with his career, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. We've sort of, like Mark said, we've trained together since we were both 14 years old. So we've sort of come on a journey together. It only seems right that I sort of join him up in the big leagues really.
Lovely, thanks ever so much.
That's something.
A quick word with Harry.
Absolutely.
Harry, how many have you had unbeaten now?
Four fights now. Yeah.
So how are you reflecting on how it's all going?
Yeah, good. Just talking about it earlier actually. My last fight was in Bristol. Me and Paddy took the fight for Southpaw to a little test just to get past the Southpaw. So we're preparing for that. No problem. Training went well. The fight, tough fight, tough boy. So it was good the fact that we were going into the fight knowing he was a Southpaw, but not only was he a Southpaw, he was tough, he was strong. So it kind of ticked two boxes at once, and yeah, got the result. Could have made it a lot easier for myself. Definitely not my best performance, but it's only my 4-5. We got the win. We're improving every time, and yeah, I know what to do next time.
And this season, looking up to step up to 6 and 8 rounders, maybe.
6, yeah, we're going for 6 next time. I think that'll suit me better. I've always had a professional style, even the amateurs. 6 rounds definitely suit me better, and just a few more rounds to display my skills. Like Ryan said, it's the entertainment business. The most important thing to me is being victorious, but it's got to be putting on a show, like I say. It's entertainment business, and we've got to put bums on the seats and sell these tickets. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Thanks ever so much. Quick word with Bex. Bex, so can you talk a little bit about, for people who don't really get it, the fact that there's no easy fights in the women's game?
Yeah, absolutely. There's very few female boxers out there. For the men, there's a few more males to go through before they get the bigger fights. For the women all come to fight. There's very few easy fights, and we've made the decision to take the harder fights straight away, the British fights. I want to be in the deep end, I want to see if I can swim. I want to learn as quick as I possibly can, and we've not backed down from that challenge. I'm learning.
Yeah, fantastic. And are you excited to be back at the Mecca, because that's where you made your debut?
Absolutely, and for Swindon is so good to me, and I can't appreciate them enough. Like, the support I get from the Swindon people is phenomenal, and obviously the last 2 fights have been away from home, 3 fights have been away from home, so to be home in December, that's fantastic. People can come to that. I like that a lot.
Lovely, thanks Bex. A quick word with Sean.
How's it going, Matt?
I'm alright. So, were you a kickboxer?
No, just boxing.
Just boxing. Can you talk a bit about your background?
Yeah, I did a bit of amateur up north, a bit of white collar up there as well, and then moved down here about 5 years ago, down to Western Supermare. I've boxed amateur there as well as white collar, so
Excellent.
a bit of experience in both.
And for people who haven't seen you, can you just talk a bit about your style? You come forward, aggressive.
To fight, yeah. I don't usually leave it out. I'll come out with right good tear up. Explosive. There'll be fireworks there.
Definitely. Thanks ever so much. Who haven't I spoken to yet? Bradley.
Always getting away with it.
Right, yeah.
Hiya, Bradley.
Hey.
Your last 2 have been at the York Hall. Can you talk a bit about the experience? Because it's really the mecca of UK boxing, really.
Yeah, well, about 2 at York Hall now, and they've just been drilling men as such, trying to do what Paddy's been teaching them to do, and they've hopefully step up to the next fight. Hasn't been very hard this time, but he's looking to get him in a hard fight now.
And when I saw you at the Mecca, you were really looking, you know, you're super sharp and super, you know,
Yeah.
really had that speed. What have you been working on in the gym? Because you haven't, you know, it's been a while since you've had a fight, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that was a 4-rounder, so hopefully we're trying to slow it down a little bit, make it a bit calmer. We're going to step it to 6 rounds, slow it down, and then hopefully be a better performance, but slightly slower one.
A few people coming to watch from Whitney?
Yeah, there'll be a lot of people coming, hopefully about 60. So, yeah, it should be a sell-out show, I think.
Very happy.